Okay, it's Sunday. It's July 27th. This is Weather Outlook, and we have some really hot weather coming up before the cold air finally moves in. And I say cold air as I mean below normal, but it for this time of year you're going to notice it, and it's going to be very relieving for a little while. We start off today, Sunday. This is late afternoon with some scattered thunderstorms. Again, this is simulated, so you never know where thunderstorms. But last night down here in Berks County, man, we had a deluge of rain. I mean, it rained hard for a long period of time. And again, like I mentioned before, if you listen to me every day, there's a street in Reading called Spring Street, and once again, cars try to drive through it, and they get flooded, and they got to get pulled out. I don't know why. There should be something there to stop people from going through it, but it doesn't make any sense why they keep doing it. Anyway, late this afternoon, we got some thunderstorms, and most of them are south of PA. There's a few along the Route 80 area, and then as they move to the south overnight, everything kind of clears out. And then we get into Monday, and you can see it's early in the morning, nothing, and then we get into Tuesday, and once again, maybe a scattered thunderstorm is possible, but probably not. And then this is Wednesday. And as you can see, there's really not a lot of moisture for the next couple of days. Now, this is around 2 o'clock, and you can see 90s are creeped into some areas, but basically upper 80s for everybody. Very humid. And then you can see where these spotty thunderstorms are popping up, and the temperature drops where the rain is at to the north along 80 down here in the south of Pennsylvania. If we were quickly flip over to this, you can see exactly where the rain's at. Is where those temperatures are a little bit lower. So go back to that map. So then we move this out overnight, and again, temperatures basically upper 60s to lower 70s. And tomorrow um, we start to build the heat up a little bit. This is around This is around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see the I-95 corridor has already gotten into the 90s, even out by Pittsburgh near 90s. You can look towards New York City if you can. You can see a 96 over there. Elsewhere in between, temperatures are mid to upper 80s on Monday. Then on Tuesday, the heat starts to build, really begins to build. And in the afternoon, you can see let's see, temperatures in the afternoon get into the mid 90s in a lot of areas, and up by New York, it looks like Staten Island there. It looks like over about 100 degrees. So it is very hot. It's very humid on Tuesday, and also I don't see much rain for Tuesday. So a very uncomfortable day. And then as we take this out to Wednesday, the heat is really picked up. And this is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Temperatures are already in the 90s, and it's going to be hotter than that and very humid again. Now, as we get into the late afternoon hours, it gets a little complicated. Now, if you look down by Philly and into Jersey, we got upper 90s near 100. Up by New York City, we got like 102. Williamsport in the mid 90s, Pittsburgh mid 90s. But if you look to the north, you can see an area up here where it starts to cool. And watch as we go a little bit further into the day. Those 90s get pressed south. This is around 5. Here's 6. Here is now about 8 o'clock in the evening. And you can see everybody's cooled off by 8 o'clock into the 70s, except for the Susquehanna Valley, southeastern PA, and around New York City, where the heat is still turned on, but it won't last forever. Let's see if we can bring this around here. There is going to be some precipitation that puts it through, but basically, the front comes through. Not, there could be some heavy thunderstorms, but I don't really know right now just how bad it's going to be. But this is Thursday morning, around 7 o'clock in the morning. You can see there's some showers across the areas. Uh, Temperatures about that time have cooled. Let's see if we can get this to work. Have cooled off, and you can see temperatures are in some around 60 degrees in Bradford to the low 70s down by Philly and South Jersey and Delaware, about the only places that are in the mid 70s. As we go through the day, temperature wise on Thursday, you can see the warm air is to the south. It's around 10 a.m. and you can see the warm air down here where it's 80s and 90s. And you can look to the north up by Bradford Southern New York, temperatures are in the mid 50s up there. So big difference. That's why there's showers along this area here with the front. And you're going to see it get pressed to the south, the temperatures as the rain drops to the south. Now, again, this is around 2 in the afternoon. Here's your cold line right here where it's in the 50s, where it's raining. And you can see these temperatures are getting pushed south a little bit at a time. And then as we get to around 7 o'clock, everybody's down into the 60s for the most part, low 60s. There won't be as much humidity. And then down by Philly, you're already down into around 70 degrees on Thursday. And again, as we go overnight and we get to, this is like Friday morning, you can see some temperatures are in the 40s. Mostly everybody else is in the upper 50s to mid 60s, so it's a pretty comfortable night temperature wise for everybody. And then you can see on the day on Friday, there is some clouds and some showers to the front. But this is around 10 in the morning. Temperatures are in the 60s and low 70s. We get to too fast. We get to the middle of the day, and you can see the highs for the day are 60s and 70s. So even down in Jersey and down by the shore and everything, it's pretty chilly on Friday. And then as we go Friday night, you can see those temperatures dropping fast. Look at this. This is 3 in the morning. Here's whoop, there's morning temperatures, 40s to the north, and I'm talking even up by Scranton, right around 50 degrees, maybe a little lower. Down by Philadelphia and South Jersey and South Delaware, you're in the low 60s. But look at Pennsylvania. This is a August 2nd, and we have temperatures 40s and low 50s. That's a break from all the humidity that we had. And then as we get into next weekend, we'll just touch on that. Um, you'll see it's comfortable. Temperatures basically 70s across the area. Maybe the I-94 could touch 80 on Saturday. And precipitation wise on Saturday, you can see, let's see if this works. You can see we're kind of clear as of right now. We're clear. And then as we get to Sunday, once we get to Sunday, let's see, we'll move this ahead to Sunday. Here we go. And there. You can see basically across Pennsylvania, again, temperatures 70s. Jersey, you got some 80s. Philadelphia got some low 80s. It's starting to warm up a little bit there, but a lot of that is because we have a front coming to the west, and there's going to be some clouds out ahead of it, and that will keep the temperatures down through here. Okay, so we're going to get into that cold pattern. So it's probably going to last about 10 days at minimum. The whole month on a whole looks a little bit below normal, the whole month. But the cool weather begins Thursday, and you can really feel it Friday morning into Friday. And then you'll know we've gone below normal. All right, take it easy, everybody. Be safe.